And this thing about like initiative, this thing about which was something that your parents were super big on, I hear, and this thing about protecting your vibe, that was something that also resonated with me in regards to your thoughts about marginalized people starting their own things instead of just subscribing to the existing structures.
Definitely. I think a lot of folks ask me, Kiran, you know, how do we get more women and queer folks breaking into hip-hop? How do we get more women into CEO positions in all of the companies? You know, all this kind of thing, more women into politics. I get it, you know, and obviously we need that. But then there's a part of me that's like, I'm really not interested in us going where the men are going. I'm really interested in us going and starting our own systems, because the thing is that politics and big corporations and all these different things, hip-hop even, were really started by men for men. You know, these were workplaces that were never with the intention of bringing women along eventually. That's not what it was made for. And that's not a good thing or a bad thing, it's just history. And so to try to break into something that never accounted for pregnancy, that never accounted for emotional intelligence, you know, it doesn't reward us being our most authentic selves. It actually forces us to have to perform masculinity. Does that make sense? It's like when they would advise us to go into the workplace, they're like, you need to be tough, you need to wear a suit, you know, and it's like, what are we supposed to fake like we're men? Like, I'm not interested in that. So I'm glad you asked this question, because I do think we as women and queer folks and femmes and members of the trans community, we have to go and build our own companies and build our own spaces and build, you know, showcases like Hun Solo, so that we have control from top-down leadership to shape the environments that we want to live in so that we can operate accordingly, you know? When I lead my team, we try our best to show up to the venue having had a green juice, having had a coffee, having had drunk water, you know? We don't perform drunk. No one in my band is allowed to drink or smoke or any of that before the show. We show up, we're polite. You see, if someone would try to teach me though, they might say, Kiran, the music industry is tough, it's cutthroat, you gotta show up, you gotta demand your rights, you gotta be aggressive, you gotta say fuck you to the sound guy as soon as you walk in because they're not gonna wanna help you otherwise. You know, it's like, I would rather show them something they've never seen before. I would rather try my best to be as polite and calm as I can and be grateful and affirm things that are going well so that I can lead from my femininity and show its effectiveness, as opposed to trying to perform masculinity and participate in things that I don't subscribe to begin with.